Hi everyone, it's Mimi and welcome to my channel. Have you ever heard the phrase, marrying up is like swallowing a needle? There is this idea floating around that if you marry into a wealthier family, life should be all smooth sailing, luxury house, fancy vacations, and zero worry about money. Let's dive into the reality of marrying up, a topic that sparkled heated discussion online on Chinese social media. And just to be clear, these aren't my opinion. They're real stories shared by people online who lived in this experience, okay? There's one woman who considered herself to have married up. Her in-laws runs a very successful business around 4 to 5 million yuan a year. That's about 440,000 British pounds or 70,000 US dollars compared to her own parents who make around 500,000 yuan. Combined roughly is 55,000 or $70,000, which is not bad. It's still very good, but there was a gap. She admits she never had to worry about money. Her in-law covers 95% of their expenses, giving generous holiday gifts, and even support her efforts to lose weight. But here's the twist. They live with her in-laws, and the constant scrutiny is exhausting. Her mother-in-law comments on her outfits, her weight, her hairstyles, even tiny daily life decisions. As one commenter put, whoever pays calls the shots. And it's fair. So it's not just about the money, it's about controlling. She feels like she is walking on eggshells every day. And then there is another story I found online of another woman who married into a wealthy family. Her husband doesn't have much ambition. He cooks, cleans, and helps around the house. While she took over her in-laws' business, for her it works. Good for you, girls. No financial worries, a helpful spouse, and a comfortable life. It's a reminder that sometimes marrying up means you have to end up taking on the breadwinner role. The grass isn't always greener. Some women share that marrying up isn't any easier. One person pointed out that some women who married into a poor family still feel like they're swallowing needles, dealing with in-laws who are overbearing in different ways. Like being overly controlled despite contributes little financially. There's still a large amount of women commented, marrying up, it still feels better than marrying down. Marrying down is into a downer level and then the more problem will occur. When you don't have money, everything seems like a problem. And then there is the flip side. So it seems wealth doesn't always determine whether a marriage feels fair or supportive. But sometimes marrying up feels like a burden. One striking story came from someone whose cousin married a wealthy, well-educated man from a very powerful family, treating her well, but she constantly felt like an outsider. The anxious, overanalyzing everything, every word her boyfriend said, feeling like she didn't belong. Eventually, the pressure became unbearable and she broke off the relationship, choosing instead to marry a less but more emotionally supportive partner. With him, she felt free to dress how she wanted, to speak to her mind, to be herself. As she put it, sometimes happiness doesn't come from wealth, but from being with someone who makes you feel comfortable in your own skin. Marrying up make you feel like it's the delusional wealth you are sharing. Here is another layer to consider. Just because someone is wealthy doesn't mean you automatically share in that wealth. Ooh. Take the famous case of Richard Liu Qiangdong, and his wife, Zhang Zetian. Before their marriage, Liu reportedly prepaid 10 years of his salary, around 26.5 billion yuan. That's about 2.9 billion British pounds and 3.7 billion US dollars, leaving him with a token annual salary of just 1 yuan during their marriage. What does this mean? So if they divorce, Zhang wouldn't be entitled to any of that 26.5 billion. It's not legally considered marital property. In fact, she might even have to split her own post-marriage earnings with him. Wealth in a marriage isn't always a shared asset. Sometimes it's just an illusion. So if you're thinking about marrying up to make money, that's something you need to consider. Maybe it's better don't to do that. So Is marrying up worth it? The answer seems to be it. Depends. Marrying into money can bring financial ease, but it can also come with emotional costs. The judgments and pressure from your in-laws. At the end of the day, whether you're marrying up, down, or somewhere in between, what really matters is how you feel in the relationship. As the saying goes in China, marry up and it might feel like swallowing a needle. Marrying down, and it could be like drinking poison. Marry someone equal, and you just end up calculating every little thing.